Hello and welcome to another unblurry or unsharp episode of Common Chaos Live. We're going to address that in a second. As always, this is your live stream to get answers to your questions and so on. Before we jump into today's episode, first of all, let's get the usual disclaimer out of the way. Everything that I share in this live stream / video is my personal opinion and in no way financial or professional advice of any kind. You should always do your own research, consult certified professionals, draw your own conclusions and make your own decisions. That's that. There's not much else to say. 1 second, I'm just gonna override the focus. There we go. And now I should be in all my glory. Yeah. I hope you all had a great weekend and a great start into the new week. Disable studio mode. Greetings to Nepal and greetings to the Philippines and everywhere else where you might be. I honestly don't have a specific agenda for today. As we shared last week, we are going to try to come up with an approach that helps us prevent answering the same questions over and over again, so we actually can cover more questions overall. For that end, we created a post that you can find on the community tab of the channel. Either Cherry or Irina might be able to share a link to that post where you can submit questions that we don't get to today. So you can just ask your questions in the comments of that post, and I will then share the answer tomorrow in the stream or the stream after that and so on. So it's work in progress. It might not stay like this, but that's the best we could come up with so far, that we basically collect the questions. And this way we can then also keep a list of questions and in which streams they were answered. And save everyone some time and get out more information. Hi Grim, hi Dovi, hi I cannot pronounce that. Greetings from the Netherlands. That's an easy one. So how or when are they is Pi Network going to pay validators for the validation effort? When, no idea, probably will happen later. And how, you just get a share of the 1 Pi that the user paid for the validation. So every user to pass KYC pays 1 Pi, and that is split among all the validators. So you get 0 point something Pi per validation, but when is the big question. I would assume that at some point it will get added to your unverified balance, and then from there, once certain verifications are run, it will move to your verified balance. Now, before we jump into the usual chaos, as always, let's go here. There, so you guys can see my screen. I'm not sure if I have anything bookmarked. Yes, we'll look into that. There's another business that accepts, so there's now a car dealership that accepts PiCoin as well, which is obviously good news. However, I want to throw in a few things here real quick about, in general, businesses accepting PiCoins. I mean, adoption is always good, but first of all, you have to keep in mind that Pi has their KYB verification. So every business that wants to accept Pi coins as their business and not in their personal wallets has to complete the KYB verification. And once they do, they will be listed among the list of KYB verified businesses. So saying we accept Pi is one thing. Passing KYB and then actually having a separate business Pi account is a different thing. Additionally, while businesses accepting Pi is good and it's a sign of adoption and people being aware of the potential that Pi has, but you always have to consider, if you are having a store that sells, 8 balls, so I'm going to switch here to emphasize that. So if you have a store that sells 8 balls and you're like, okay, I like Pi, I'm going to accept Pi from now on, well, chances are that you're not building those 8 balls yourselves. You're likely ordering them somewhere in China, and your Chinese manufacturer will probably not accept Pi. Maybe in the future they will, different topic, but they will not accept Pi, which means you need fiat. You need US dollars, or you need euro, or you need whatever currency your supplier accepts. Additionally, you might have employees in your customer service, accounting, warehouse, and so on. They also want salaries. And while they might be fans of Pi, they still also have landlords that would prefer US dollars. Yeah, all of that might change at some point and so on if we're super optimistic, but you get the idea. So even if you have a business that sells 8 balls and you sell them like crazy, and everybody pays you with Pi, you still need fiat, which means you might only sell what you need to, but you still at the end of the day then have to go to an exchange to sell your Pi for fiat, so you can pay your employees, your suppliers, taxes, and all the other stuff. Yeah. Additionally, the moment you accept cryptocurrency in your business, depending on the jurisdiction you're in, so if you're in the US, if you're in Germany, wherever you are, different regulations might apply, and it might make your bookkeeping and accounting a little bit more challenging. It's not rocket science, but you have to have an extra step because you then also have to declare all your crypto transactions in your business and so on. Yeah. But yeah, so keep that in mind. It's a good sign when businesses say and start to accept Pi. But first of all, KYB exists for a reason. And second of all, just because a business accepts Pi, it's also comes with the downside. They get paid in Pi, but they need fiat as well, which means at least part of the Pi that they get paid in will end up being sold on an exchange. So they have fiat that they can use to pay their bills. Yeah, that's one thing I want to drive home. I haven't forgotten about the chat. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. So that's one thing. Ecosystem, we want to dive into that today. That's some nonsense. Not sure if I want to go into that at all. Binance listing, so that's related. Potential, yeah. Okay, that's also about the ecosystem, so we'll get into that we don't need. Now, price development. I'm sure some people are panicking, especially if we look at the chart only like this maybe or so, where we just, now it's green, but where we just see a decline, yeah. But don't forget to zoom out. We had a launch here, we had an initial sell-off, we had an incredible rally, and now we have a healthy correction where it seems that the same level that worked here, also that was a resistance here, so where it took some time to break through, now serves as a strong support level, which is a very, very basic trading strategy. You look at price levels where the price bounced before, and if you want to break through those levels, they are resistance levels. If you are above those levels, then they are support levels, so it's less likely that the price breaks through. It's like a very, very basic trading strategy. It's not something you can use to or not something that you can use alone to really be a successful trader, but just to drive the point home. Yeah. Now, as you may know, based on what I shared before, I'm actually trading based on the Elliott wave theory or Elliott wave principle. There is a book about that theory that you can read. One second. How do I do that? Like this, yeah. So that book, I hope I catch the right link. We'll see. I think it should be this one, yeah. So I'm gonna verify the link, yeah. So if you follow that link, let's see if it works. Yes, you can actually. Oh, that's the link to the physical book, but you can. Yeah. So, or maybe they updated the site because the book was definitely available for free online. So, but Irina checks the link and might share the new one. Yeah. So you can read the book for free online. You don't have to get the physical copy, but you can also if you want. But so based on Elliott wave theory, the market moves in waves. So not the market, but assets move in waves. Now let's see if I can get that adjusted properly. Not fully, but yeah, let's do it like this. And which means we would have an impulsive wave, which would likely be, for example, like this, 1, 2, 3. Now 3 would be up here. We'll move that later. 4 is somewhere, and then we have our wave 5 that is the top here. Yeah. And then that impulsive wave, 4 could be here, 4 could be further here, depending on how the correction is. Yeah, so doesn't really matter. And then we have a corrective wave A, B, C, and then those waves together become wave 1 and wave 2. Yeah, all of that is in the book. It's the strategy that I've been using for years, and in my opinion, it's the most reliable trading strategy out there. It's not you'll never get it 100% right. There is no trading strategy out there that's never wrong, but that's the one that works the best for me. And you don't have to understand the details, but just based on Elliott wave theory or Elliott wave principle, after we have 5 waves up, we usually have a retracement that very often comes in the form of a 3-wave move or multiples of 3s. Yeah, and when we have retracements, there are a few things. First of all, very often when we have a retracement wave, the retracement will terminate in the area of wave 4 of the previous impulse wave, so the entire 5-wave move here, of one lower degree, which means this wave 4 area is where very often the retracement will end, which it looks like it has. We're not fully out of the woods yet, but it looks like it has. Second, when you have a 3-wave retracement move, which is in this case potentially a zigzag, then very often wave A and wave C will be identical in movement, but wave C will be at least 61.8% of wave A, yeah? Which gives us, if we have an expansion here, so this is wave A, B, and then an expansion that basically puts the distance for that movement from here on out, we can see that we entered the minimum area, so 61.8%, but the maximum would be here at 120. Yeah? So overall, there are some signs that point towards that this correction is over if we apply Elliott wave theory or Elliott wave principle. However, there's also the potential that we retrace a little bit further using Elliott wave principle or Elliott wave theory. Additionally, when we retrace an impulse, very often the retracement will end at the 38.2, 50, or actually in order 38.2, 61.8, 50, 78.6, or 21.4 retracement level. Yeah, the most likely turnaround points in my experience are 38.2 and 61.8, and we can see that the turnaround happened here exactly at the 61.8 retracement level, which happens to be, as said, the area of wave 4 of the previous impulse wave, and also happens to be within the minimum target area. So using the trading strategy that I use to trade stocks for years already, or pick my investments and my entries and exits, there is strong confirmation or strong signs that the retracement actually finished here and that we potentially are now getting our next upward 5 waves. Yeah, there's no guarantee for it. I'm just saying, based on the trading strategy that I'm using, it looks like we are like we could be already done with the retracement, and that from here on out we are developing the next 1, 2, or 2 maybe not finished yet, and we go a little lower, but we shouldn't go lower than the low that we had here, and then wave 3, 4, 5. So the next couple of days will tell, but I just wanted to share that. And if you're curious, Irina shared the link to read the book for free. And I recommend, if you're into trading and market analysis, this has been the most reliable strategy that I found in my 38 years on this planet. So feel free to check it out. Yeah. And so this would be the link that Irina shared. And I'm gonna check. Yes, the right link. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's the link to. You just have to create an account, which is for free, and then you can read the book online for free. Yeah. So, and once you've read it online for free and maybe tried it yourself in some paper trading accounts or so, and you see that it works, then maybe get yourself a physical copy, because it's so much easier to look up things in the book than always having to scroll through the PDF. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. So we covered the price. Let's see, do we have any questions price related or so, since we're already talking about it?
Yeah, is the price keeping going down, or it's on support level to buy? Then you explain somebody added the question.
Yeah, so I think I covered that. I think I explained where I believe the price will go and why I believe it is so. Again, I'm solely trading based on Elliott wave theory, and while I don't want to go into a trading lesson here, Elliott wave theory or the Elliott wave principle works based on mass psychology. So it's based on not on external factors like news and stuff like that. It's just mass psychology. Yeah. Anyway, feel free to check out the book if you're into trading. Yeah. Okay. Then outside of that, so I guess Irina and or Jerry can reply with links to videos for people that got their account hacked. Because I already have a video that is about when you got scammed, and shows you what to do and so on. Yeah. And there was nothing before. Should I buy 100 euro, 800 Pi unverified? What should I buy 100 euro? I mean, you have to decide for yourself. Yeah, it's your money, it's your decisions. As I shared during the last week or the week before, time flies. Yeah, I bought for $200 Pi. And with my own money, and withdrew them and put them into my wallet and locked them up there for 2 weeks. And I will keep locking them up 2 weeks to get a small mining rate boost. And contribute to the project, which also might be the time to maybe point out. So in case you haven't noticed, I published a new video today. Irina might share the link actually, but here, yeah. So I published a new video today covering the 5 exchanges that already completed KYB and so on. So feel free to check that out. Give it a thumbs up, really helps a lot. So if you're looking into buying or selling, check out the video. It also covers or gives you a few insights or thoughts in quotes of if you're considering to sell, at least, you know, like don't sell too cheap, value your pie properly, and yeah. That's an interesting question. I have a Pi referral who lost his phone number and did not mine Pi for more than 2 years now. How can he recover his account with his new number? Well, I don't think there is any way, because if he doesn't have the old phone number anymore and he didn't set up an email address or also linked his Facebook account, so email address and password, or linked his Facebook account, then there is no way to access that account anymore. So in this case, again, only if he did not set up an email and password or link his Facebook account, the only solution would be to create a new account. So there is no way, while it sucks, there is nothing you can do about it or that he can do about it. Yeah.
Also, there was the first question in the stream: when will the validators be paid?
Yeah, I already answered that in the beginning.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, how much you get for successful validations? You get a fraction or your portion. I don't know how many validators are used for each validation. So a user pays 1 Pi. If 4 people are involved in the validation, every one of those 4 people gets 0.25. If 10 people are involved in each validation, every validator gets 0.1. Yeah. So I don't know how many people are involved for each individual validation, but it's going to be 0 point something that you get as a validator. Yeah. So if you do 1,000 validations, at best, you might get 500 Pi. At worst, you might get 100 or 10. I don't know. Like, so, yeah. Pi will not become a stable coin. Yeah, stable coins are pegged to a fiat currency, and that is not the purpose of Pi. So a stable coin would be something like USDC, USDT, and so on. Yeah, that's not the purpose or goal of Pi. So, and as far as the adoptions, so I get that businesses that are, I'm going to switch here again. Yeah. So I get that businesses that are involved in Pi, or where the business owner or managers are using Pi and therefore want to help the project and therefore say they're going to accept Pi. Yeah. But every other business will most likely go the way, if they want to accept crypto, they're going to look for a business that handles the crypto payments and accepts not only Pi, but Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies as well. And maybe even a service that offers basically settlement at time of sale. So where you pay with Bitcoin, Pi, or whatever the service accepts, and the company, however, directly gets US dollar or euro. So they don't have the accounting nightmare, or it's not a nightmare, but the extra effort and costs of dealing with crypto accounting. Yeah. So the wider adoption, or the bigger purpose, would actually not, or the bigger help would actually not be to get single businesses to accept Pi exclusively, although that would obviously help Pi to get more attention on Pi, but to actually find the businesses that do crypto settlement, like Crypto.com has Crypto Pay or CRO Pay or whatever it's called, that is for businesses to accept crypto payments, whether the user can pay in different cryptocurrencies from their, in that case, Crypto.com account, if I'm not mistaken, and the business gets money directly in US dollar or euro or whatever. Yeah. And so to get those payment providers that handle crypto, or payment processors that handle crypto payments, to actually also support payments with Pi. That would be the bigger step, because then every business that looks into accepting crypto would automatically also be able to accept Pi. Yeah. But that about that. So yeah, let's stay here for a second. So is it too late to mine? That's also maybe an important question. I believe not, because there are 8 billion people on that planet that do not have a Pi account. So yes, there are already a little bit more than 10 million migrated users. Yeah. So you're not among the first 10 million anymore. and there are already 6-7 million more that have KYC passed and wait for the migration. So you're also not among the first 15 million users. You probably are also not among the first 20 million or 40 million or so, but you're still among the first. Yeah. And unlike when I made my first video about Pi and told people install the app, push a button once per day, there's nothing to lose, and every day over the years had to deal with comments like it's a scam, it's worthless, it's just stealing your data, it never will be worth anything or so. When you now go out and you tell your friends and family and people that you, for whatever reason, get to talk about crypto or finance about the app, you can tell them it's a real cryptocurrency, it's listed on 5 exchanges already within 1 week or 2 weeks. Out of those 5, 4 are actually ranked in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap in the exchanges ranking. Yeah, it has a value of more than $1, and you can earn it by just pressing a button, which means now is actually a much easier time to join. And most importantly, while the mining rate got reduced again, which it gets from time to time, as explained in the mainnet, now is the best time to go out and get more people to join the network. It's not too late for them either. Yeah. While the purpose of Pi is not to be free money, but it's the closest thing that there is to, in quotes, free money, because all it takes is install an app, complete the checklist with KYC verification, and push a button once per day, which takes you 30 seconds, a minute. So yeah, it's definitely not too late. Yeah. Yeah, I shared a short today. Maybe Irina can share the video link for that as well. So it's very simple. You can Google it. Just Google CoinMarket. Yeah, if I don't type, just Google CoinMarketCap rank 200 and you'll find their help center article. So as you notice, so I have to switch my screen, of course. Yeah. So if you Google CoinMarketCap rank 200, then you'll find the article. And if you check, you see that by now the circulating supply has been verified by CoinMarketCap, which already gives Pi a ranking of 201 instead of 3,000 something. But to get into the top 200, you see that there are additional criteria. Yeah. So basically there are things like the market cap has to be verified, the requirements 1 to 5. So market cap verified. There has to be that fulfilled. We can look at it. There has to be liquidity and trading, which is happening. There has to be no price discrepancies between the different exchanges, which is not an issue, or no big discrepancies. And it has to be, as said, listed on exchanges and blah, 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 and so on. So I believe, I don't know how long CoinMarketCap will keep an eye on everything, yeah, but basically, I believe either within a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks, the ranking will reflect the actual number. Yeah, but technically, with 11.56 billion in market cap, Pi actually should be on spot number 11. So before Chainlink, or instead of Chainlink, and Chainlink moves to 12 with the current market cap. Yeah, it's just a matter of time. There's nothing we can do to speed this up, in my opinion. And unless the price drops, which I shared earlier, I don't expect to happen based on Elliott wave principle or the Elliott wave theory. I believe that, yeah, in a week, maybe 2, maybe it takes a month. I don't know how fast they work at CoinMarketCap. The ranking will be updated, which will be good, because then obviously once it's updated, everybody that looks at CoinMarketCap and looks at the top 15 will see, oh, Pi on spot number 11, and will wonder, what is it? How can I get it? Can I mine it? Can I buy it? Is there a way to get it? And so on. So it will definitely get a little extra exposure. Talking about exposure, here's your reminder to go and vote at Coinly. Yeah, so there's the link for it. We're at 160 vote. We need around 550 or so to push this on spot number 1 of the feature request list. It does not cost you anything. You just have to go to the link, press login with Google or Facebook, and then press the vote button here. And with that, you add your vote, and that will push it up, hopefully, on the list far enough. So if we look at the integration requests and we sort them by top, you can see that the top number 1 request has 545 votes. If we are able to outdo that, or that, yeah, like there is one, or they are all in progress already. So we need to reach at least 362 votes to get in front of this request so that the team at Coinly starts to work on the integration and that it's ready by the end of the year. Now, okay, I actually wanted to explore the ecosystem. So today we actually will stick with the questions and answers. Tomorrow we're going to focus the stream on the Pi ecosystem. However, whatever questions you have that we don't answer today, you can then ask on the dedicated post that you can find in the community tab of the channel, and Irina and or Cherry will share the link to it again. And there you can ask the questions, and we'll then throughout the next couple of streams work our way through those questions. So today we finish up with questions. Tomorrow we focus on the Pi ecosystem, and then after that we again go through questions. Yeah. Yes, of course. So you can buy Pi coins and put it back. So if you buy on one of the exchanges, again, the video link Irina already shared, and then you can withdraw it to your wallet, and then there you can use the on-chain lockup, which then again increases your mining rate. It's, in my opinion, the easiest way to support the project and boost your mining rate. Yeah. Obviously, as always, when it's about investing and money, I'm gonna switch here. When it's about investing and money, I wanted to go here. Come on. Do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. While Pi had a great start, and I'm actually very hopeful for Pi's future, there is no guarantee that the project doesn't, I don't know, fail in a month or whatever happens. Yeah. So don't invest your life savings into the project, or if you do so, do your own research, make your own decision. But I just say, if you want to boost your mining rate, now Pi is, in my opinion, relatively cheap. Yeah, no guarantee that it will go higher, but in my opinion, I consider it cheap at the current rate, considering that it takes you 2 months to mine a single Pi if you don't have a lot of referrals. Yeah, and therefore, right now you can buy it cheap, and if you then put it into your wallet and you lock it up, you support the project because you help create buy pressure, but additionally, you also increase your own mining rate and ensure that you get more. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah. I'm working on a video, but this is a question that's too long to answer. So either I will finish the video, I already have it recorded, I just have to finish editing it, that will answer that in every detail possible. But what I can tell you right now is, do not store your passphrase as a blank text document, so as a note or text document, and do not store it as a screenshot. Yeah, if you store it in a password manager that's using encryption and so on, you're already on the right track. So, but anything like text documents or in your emails or as a note or screenshots is a huge no-go, and it's just added risk. Yeah. Can you please explain to us how Fireside works? Yes, but I guess we'll do that tomorrow. Sorry, Santi. But because that's part of the Pi ecosystem, so we'll jump into Pi Fireside tomorrow, and then I will cover a few aspects of it as well. Yeah. Too many problems from Pi. Which problems? So please. So it's not. I'm not saying there are no problems, but I don't think there are too many. Or so I think the core team is doing a great job in slowly but steadily delivering everything they promised. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he used his phone number to sign up, he should maybe be able to log in with this phone number. And if not, I honestly don't know the answer. So it might be the same issue with not having the phone number. So yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, if he linked his Facebook account, he might try to just log in with Facebook. Other than that, he might just have to create a new account. So yeah, not sure there, to be honest. No, we don't know when the earned Pi will be distributed. So one thing with Pi Network is when it's about your transferable balance, your unverified balance, bonuses and so on, one thing people need to have is patience. Yeah. Especially if you already received the migration. Yeah. Because you have to consider this: 10 million or more than 10 million people got their first migration, but there's still already 6 or 7 million that passed KYZ but didn't get their first migration. So obviously the bigger priority is to get those 6 or 7 million people plus everyone that's currently passing KYZ onto the mainnet and getting them their first coins. And only after that will it become important to give everyone future additional migrations. Yeah. So I don't expect that we will get a second migration within the next couple of months. I would be happy if it happens this year, but if it happens early or middle of next year, that would also be okay. But I get that everybody that got coins wants more coins and is impatient, but we'll have to look at the bigger picture. And in the bigger picture, it's more important to get more new users migrated and give them their first couple of coins than to give users that already got a migration even more. Yeah. Yeah, ecosystem we'll cover tomorrow. I promise we focus tomorrow's stream entirely on Pi's ecosystem. Obviously, like, subscribe, enable notifications, or either Irina or Cherry will come and slap you. Yes, the offer that Pionex has to deposit 1 Pi and get one for free is legit. You have, however, to look at the terms. So in terms of you have to keep your Pi on the exchange for a certain time and so on. So read the conditions carefully and then decide if you want to do it. But it's a legit offer. Yeah. So keep in mind, Pionex is one of the 5 exchanges that currently passed Pi Network's KYB verification. So yeah, it's a legit offer. The exchange does that. So they ensure that they have enough Pi so that there's enough liquidity for trading. Yeah. Can Pi still fail as a project? I think that's the last question we are going to address today. So I really want to have those streams 30 minutes so that people that then later come to watch the recording don't feel like it's a 2-hour marathon that's too long to watch. Yeah. But so that's the last thing we will address for today. Like every other project, it can fail. Everything can fail. You know, like right now, Pi is finally on the open mainnet. People are excited. Businesses pay more attention. The initial exchange listings happened. There has been the launch has been a great success. Little sell-off and then an instant rally. Yeah. Binance might list Pi. I believe they will, but no guarantees, which again would give it extra exposure once CoinMarketCap updates the rankings and lists it like it should be on spot number 11, or maybe higher if the price goes up, maybe a little lower if the price declines a little bit further. Then obviously it gets again more exposure and so on. So there is a lot of things going for Pi that help in the short term. Yeah. But in the long term, you need use cases for a cryptocurrency. You need a way to, like there need to be apps where you can use your Pi, like the Pi Fireside forum, but there has to be way more than that. And one problem that we will jump into tomorrow when we talk about the ecosystem as well is that many of the apps are not polished. They are not really great. They are not good enough, in my opinion, from what I remember, that people would say, oh my God, I need to use this app. Okay, then I'm going ahead and I'm going to create a Pi account. I'm going to complete KYC and I'm going to buy some Pi coins because I cannot wait to use this specific app in the ecosystem. Yeah. And long term, I think it still will look good because now that Pi has a value, every developer now can estimate, okay, if I develop an app for the Pi ecosystem and users have to pay 0. something Pi to, use it in some way, I expect out of the 10 million users or 15 million or 20 million KYC verified users, 1 million will use my app every day. And if they use my app every day, I will earn them, or I will generate that amount of Pi in revenue, which if Pi stays at around 150 per Pi or a 2 per Pi or whatever value will be that amount in dollars, which means that it's actually a good idea for me to make that app, which means now with the listing, more developers and agencies, in my opinion, will start working on apps for the Pi ecosystem, but it will also take them time to finish those apps. So right now, I believe the announcement of Binance listing would increase the value and at least short term. And then we might see a couple of weeks or months where potentially the value could decline a little unless people start to really think about, hey, it takes me 2 months to receive 1 Pi. I'm not going to sell 1 Pi for just $1.50. Yes, it's not 2 months or 40 hours work per month. Yeah, but you still have to wait 2 months to generate it. And once more people realize just how hard it is to get more Pi nowadays, I believe that will lead to also some scarcity on the exchanges and an increase in value. But then at some point we need use cases, and I think the real great use cases or polished apps and so on will show up within 3 to 12 months. So depending on the time available for the developers that start working on it or agencies, and how the manpower that they have available. And that's like it for today, I think. I hope you got some answers to your questions already today. As said, please use the post in the community tab of the channel to just leave a comment with whatever question you have that I didn't get to answer today. Tomorrow in the stream, we will focus entirely on the Pi ecosystem, and I will share my phone screen so we look into different apps and discuss them a little bit. And then starting on Wednesday, I will then obviously address the questions that you submitted on the post in the community section. That's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. I wish you all a pleasant rest of the day, and then hopefully see you all tomorrow with another episode of Common Chaos Live. Till then, bye-bye.